So I'm about to start watching Bleach. I'm pretty excited because I don't know much about Bleach and I love going into an anime that I haven't been spoiled for. And I also know that Bleach is a part of the big three, that of course being Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach. And I've seen the other two animes in the big three. I've seen Naruto, I loved it, it was amazing. And I saw One Piece actually being the most latest anime that I just finished, and I loved it as well. I thought it was amazing, one of the greatest animes of all time. So currently the big three is 2 for 2 when it comes to animes, but I haven't seen Bleach. Now, like I said, thankfully I haven't been spoiled too much for Bleach. There's not much that I know about the anime or what it's even about, but later on in the video I will tell y'all what I do know and what I've been spoiled about Bleach, and I'll give y'all some preconceived notions as well, just so we're 100% transparent on what I do know before I watch it. But first I want to clarify why I have yet to seen Bleach, because like I said, the big three, I've already seen Naruto. That was the first anime in the big three that I watched, and then One Piece was the second anime in the big three that I finished, but I haven't finished Bleach, and the reason for that being is that I always thought that it was the worst one. Now at this point y'all are probably asking, how would you know if Bleach is the worst out of the big three if you haven't watched it? That's very true. That's a valid criticism. By the time that I finish Bleach, it might very well end up as my favorite anime of all time. That's a possibility. I might like it more than Naruto, I might like it more than One Piece. But the reason that I assumed that Bleach was the worst out of the big three is because even before I was an anime fan, I had still heard of Naruto and I had still heard of One Piece. I had even heard about Dragon Ball, and that's not part of the big three. So I always assumed, how do I know about Dragon Ball and that's not part of the big three? And why is it that they talk about Naruto and One Piece so much, but I don't hear much talk about Bleach? So I always just assumed that must mean it's the worst one. But it wasn't until I got into anime that I started seeing people mention, yo, this anime that you like, it's inspired by Bleach. This anime that is really good, it's inspired by Bleach. And I started realizing that, you know, Bleach might not be known like One Piece or Naruto, but apparently the impact that it's had on anime as a whole has been generational. I mean, there's a lot of new gen animes that are apparently inspired by Bleach. It's like the genesis of all these new gen animes. So I figured, you know what, like, it has to be good. So I'm finally putting my foot down. I've decided, you know, I've seen Naruto, I've seen One Piece, it's about damn time that I'll watch Bleach. And I'm going into it with high expectations. I always go into an anime with positive expectations, with the belief that I will enjoy it, and that's how I'm gonna go into Bleach. 100% positive mindset, hoping that I'm gonna like the anime, because most likely I probably will. But I do have some preconceived notions that I want to lay out, some beliefs that I have about the anime before I hop in. They might be true, they might not be, but this is just what I've heard, so I want to be clear with y'all. First and foremost, I want to let y'all know of the characters that I do know before watching the show. I of course know the MC Ichigo, I know of Aizen, Rukia, Ulquiorra. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm probably butchering his name, but those are the 4 characters that I know by name. And then I know that there's like a really cool sensei character, so that's 5. Those are the only 5 characters that I know about Bleach, and I'll tell you what I know about them. So starting off with Ichigo, he should be the person that I know the most about because he is the MC, but he's honestly not. The person that I know most about is not Ichigo. All I know about him is that he's a Bankai spammer. That's what people say. Now, those are not my words. That's what people say, that he's a Bankai spammer. Truthfully, I don't know what a Bankai is. I know that that's like the power system or something of Bleach. Like, people have Bankais. I know that. Like, Ichigo has a Bankai or something like that. They activate Bankais. But I'm not sure exactly what it is. Like, is it something that you inherit? Is it something that everybody has? Do only some people have Bankais? On Twitter and TikTok, I've seen Bleach fans get hyped over like Bankai designs revealed, etc. Stuff like that. I don't know what any Bankai looks like, and I don't know like what are some key indicators that I should look for in their designs. I think I know what Ichigo's Bankai looks like, but I'm not too sure. I don't know if that's a spoiler. And also, I don't know how many like Bankais there are. You know how like in One Piece you have Gear 2, Gear 3, Gear 4, Gear 5, and then in Naruto you have like Sage's 6 Paths mode, you have Sage mode, etc. You have like all these different forms. I don't know if there's multiple Bankais. I don't know if there's different forms of Bankai or if there's like just one Bankai. I might sound dumb, but I haven't seen the show, so I don't know. Regardless, like power system aside, what I know about Ichigo as an MC, honestly not much. I don't know what drives him. I don't know what his motivations are. I don't know what the plot of Bleach is. I know a couple of arc names. I know Soul Society and I know 1,000-Year Blood War. Those are the only 2 arcs that I know, and from those titles I don't get much. All I know is that there's a war arc apparently, and like war arcs are always peak, so I feel like that's gonna be peak in itself. Ichigo aside, I don't know anything about Rukia. I thought that she was like Ichigo's love interest, but apparently she's not from what I've seen. Ulquiorra, cool design, super sick design. He looks super fire, I'm not gonna lie, he looks so cool. but I don't know anything about him. I think I've seen his Bankai. I don't know if he even has a Bankai. I might be tripping. And Aizen, I don't know what his design looks like outside of like his base form. I don't know if he has a Bankai. I don't know if he has any type of power. I just know what Aizen the man looks like. And from what I've heard about Aizen, he's the best villain, the best villain in anime. This is coming from somebody who has not a clue what Bleach is about, hasn't seen a single episode of Bleach. Like, I probably haven't consumed more than like 2 minutes of Bleach content. But from what I've heard, every time best villain in anime is brought up, you're gonna see Aizen. Like, you're always gonna see Aizen. And everybody that I know that has seen Bleach has told me how peak Aizen is as a villain. And honestly, I need that right now. You know, I'm coming off of One Piece, and man, I love One Piece, but One Piece villains, they're not greatest in anime level. You get what I mean? One Piece does not have a single villain that I would put up there as the greatest of all time. And now that I'm done with One Piece, I get to watch Bleach, and I get to see Aizen, who's been hyped up as the greatest of all time, and if not top 3, and if not top 5. But apparently, from what I've heard, he's consensus up there. He's always up there. So I have high expectations for him. That's all I gotta say. I don't know what drives him. I don't know what motivates him. I don't know why he's so good as a villain. I don't know anything about Aizen. I just know that he is like top 5. I know that he's really good. So I'm excited to see Aizen. I got high hopes for him. I hope he doesn't disappoint me. So far, I'm predicting that he might be my favorite character in the show because I love a good villain with good motivation, good writing, etc. And Aizen, if you're one of the greatest of all time, then you gotta meet those criterias. You get what I mean? So that's about all that I know from Bleach character-wise. There's one last thing that I want to talk about, and I've heard this from everybody that's talked to me about Bleach, that the first 20 episodes of the anime are pretty mid. Like, they're not good. The first 20 episodes, I don't know if that's true or not. These are not my words. This is just what I've heard from Bleach fans. The first 20 or so episodes, they're pretty bad. And I'll try to keep an open mind when I go into it. I'm not gonna judge Bleach off the first 20 or so episodes if it does turn out that those episodes are pretty mid. I mean, from what I've heard, this is like a 200 episode anime. I don't know if it's over. I don't know if the anime or the manga is over. I think the manga might be over. I've heard people saying that it ended in 2012. I don't know what that means. Regardless, I think that I've laid out everything that I know about Bleach beforehand, before watching it. So if there's anything else that I might have forgot that I should know before watching Bleach, obviously I know skip fillers, etc. But honestly, if there's anything else that I should know from like a casual perspective about Bleach before heading into it, like, let me know in the comment section down below if you found this video. I do plan to keep y'all updated on my thoughts of Bleach. About like once a week, I'll probably make a video where I am watching Bleach, what I think, what I predict is gonna happen, etc. And by the time that I finish, I want to make a super in-depth breakdown. I want to categorize it by character, plot, story, etc. All like the anime categories, and I want to rank it where I find it to be in my top 5, top 20, etc. If any of that interests you, make sure to subscribe.